Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sports by Cap podcast, episode number 12. Today, we're going to break down the Houston Rockets salary cap situation. So let's head over to Fanspo and take a look at their salary cap situation. So I'm inside of Fanspo here. And if I go down, you can see that they were number 2 in the West. Okay? And they were a first round exit. So let's look at their current payroll and some of the moves that they could make to get over the hump, so to speak. Okay. So they have Fred VanVleet at $44.8 million, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., Amen Thompson, who's a very good player, and a bunch of other players. You got Steven Adams, etc. Okay. So one of the trades that people think was going to happen was with the Suns, sending Kevin Durant to the Rockets for Fred VanVleet, which they have a team option for. So we could accept his team option. Okay. It didn't go through, but you could move Fred VanVleet over here and bring KD over. And they're right where they need to be. Okay. It's failed, of course, because we need to cut $9 million off of our salary. So let's do like this cat right here, just for the numbers to work. Okay. So that works. The Suns need to cut $700,000. So we can send back another player. So let's give them like this cat right here. Okay. And let's see what that looks like. Okay. So it doesn't go through, but there's a lot of gymnastics that need to happen for this to work. And so here, let me undo everything, and then I'll show you exactly how it can work. It's going to have to be a 3-team deal. Okay. And we need a team with cap space, which is the Brooklyn Nets. And one of the reasons why everybody thinks this is going to happen is because the Rockets have the Suns' picks. So if you look at their picks, Phoenix, they can swap with Phoenix. So you have 3 picks. They could get they could get 3 first-round picks back for Durant, which is just their own picks. Okay? So let's make this work quick. So I'm going to renounce all these guys just so we have cap space. So in order to make this work in a quick amount of time, I'm just going to kind of show you a rough draft of how this could work quickly. Okay, now everything has to line up. So you see that the Brooklyn Nets have $91 million in cap space. So they have a lot of flexibility. Okay, so what they would do is we would take Bradley Beal to the Nets. We try that trade. It's successful. Why? Because we're just putting his salary into cap space. Okay? Let's send Grayson Allen over there. Okay? They got $20 million left. So let's send Royce O'Neal over there. And you're probably asking, why are you doing it this way? I'll show you. So I've dumped a bunch of salary to the Nets. Okay? Now I'm below the first apron. So I can send Kevin Durant out, and I can take Fred VanVleet straight up, and I still have space. Okay, I can take Reed Shepherd straight up with space, and actually this would work right now. Okay, it works. Okay. Okay, so now let's move Kevin Durant over. Okay, he fits. He's under the first apron. There you go. So that's how you make it work. So you need a third team with cap space in order to get the trade to work. Okay, so that's one scenario that they've talked about that could happen. And I listen to the talking heads all the time about cap space and whatever, and they say, well, it's impossible. It's not impossible, but everything has to line up, and they don't even talk about that. They just say it's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Everything is doable, but there has to be a lot of moving parts that all move in the same direction for it to be successful. Okay, so that's one trade idea. The other trade idea is instead of Durant, they get Devin Booker. Okay? So if they were to do that, he would need to say, I want to be traded. Then they could trade him to the Rockets, and we'd leave Durant on the Suns for now. And when I tried the trade, it's successful. The Suns would get their picks back. Then they could trade Durant to another team, okay, and get more assets. So that's how they can get Durant or Devin Booker to the Rockets. You got to move Fred VanVleet and Reed Sheppard, and the teams that are trading with them have to be under the first apron to aggregate salaries. If they are not, you're not allowed to do that. Okay, I'll give you kind of a quick summary here. So, first apron. So let's see what I think they had the explanation here. Basically, it's this. Aggregation is when you aggregate a salary, I'm basically putting two salaries together. Okay, so like Fred VanVleet and Reed Sheppard is about $55 million. Okay, 10 plus 44 is 54, plus 0.6 plus point, so we're at 55.4. Okay, Durant makes 54.7, so we're in the range. Okay, if you're over the tax, you can only take back. Players cannot be aggregated in a trade. Yeah, if we are in the second apron. None of these teams are in the second apron because I moved all of our bad contracts, like Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, and Royce O'Neal, over to the Nets. Okay, so I basically gave them $80 million in payroll. So take these three guys, and then I was able to take Fred VanVleet and Reed Sheppard because that's only $55 million out of the 80 that I sent out. Okay. So again, it's just calculation. That's all the cap is, just a bunch of numbers. So that's how the Rockets can get Kevin Durant or Devin Booker is by working with another team with cap space to take on some of their salaries so that they have the room to bring on the players that they're trying to get. Okay? So, thanks for watching the podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get an update anytime we upload new content. And be sure to check out the latest videos from the podcast right here on the Sports by Cap YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.